situated to have a pretty good setup with the Vengeance and the Infection. So sign me up.
This one.
Yeah, I like it because we don't have to be black-red. We could be
Yeah.
black-green still, and I think Manifest Dread kind of straddles that decision a little longer.
Hmm. Maybe just this then.
I like it. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, it's like sure. We can pick this still then.
Yeah, sure.
What's this? Whoa, that's very expensive for no reason. Ah, sure. Let's just, put it in there. And this too. And this.
So like in picks like that, by the way, where you had the 6-drop versus the Eddie, I usually lean towards taking the 2-drop there because you know your deck needs 2-drops, and you don't necessarily need that Chandelier card. And so the idea there is if you take the 2-drop, then if you don't get there on 2-drops by the end of the draft and you're really missing 2-drops, you're very happy to have taken it there. Whereas you're never going to feel like, man, my deck would be good except I don't have a Chandelier. But you might think my deck would be good except I don't have enough 2-drops.
Ah, okay. I was already in like green black mindset, and I was like, well, I don't want to deck myself.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't happen. I think there's not. I don't know. I'm kind of confused. I think I'm leaning towards this just because this is a really good card, but that would very plainly put me into like red black.
Yeah, or I mean, you don't have to play it just because you pick it, but I also would take that card here. I think it's like the right direction to go. Yep, Nowhere to Run is quite good. Maybe if the Ratwood Wheel would be great.
Yeah.
It is what is kind of nice is we didn't see a lot of green or blue coming from the other direction in pack one.
Mm-hmm.
And we just passed a bookworm into another bookworm, which means it's going to very likely cement someone within 1 or 2 picks, their seats to our right, into blue-green very heavily, which is good for us because then the black and red cards will likely flow a little more in pack 3. So it's like actually a pretty nice thing that we're passing good cards in colors we're not currently playing.
Um. Well, now that you made that comment about the green blue, I feel like what am I doing? Hold up. So I think we can either pick just a land or this one.
Yeah, I think it's between land and Ghost Vacuum for me.
Huh.
Ghost Vacuum gets actually pretty decent in some of the decks where you have good removal because you have Sporadic Infection and Nowhere to Run and Final Vengeance. I guess Final Vengeance remove exile, so it's a little different. But like if you are having a lot of cheap removal, Ghost Vacuum is actually a pretty decent end game. So I don't mind picking it up here, although if the dual land wheels, that'd be amazing. Yep, I like that.
What's this? Collected company? What the heck? That's in here?
I did not know that was in here, but that's cool.
Huh. This is so awkward because we have this giant gap for 3-drops. But I sort wait. This
Cool.
one.
Yeah, I like bargain here. Although I would make the point, like, we are going to need creatures at some point, and the rat is good. I think we're getting to the point where it's close enough you could defensively take the rat, although I still think the bargain is correct.
Okay, let me clean this up.
And because we have the black green land, we have the option to splash that green card too later if we want, which is cool.
Do you consider this removal?
Yeah.
Okay, goes over here. Goes over here. Okay, so in the middle are my creatures. This is where my removal goes, and this is where like everything else goes.
Yeah. So we do need to pick up some creatures, but this sphere being hunted is a fine pickup.
Oh. What if I pick up this dog?
I think we're far enough away from green that we can't play a green 2-drop here.
No!
So I think we're taking maybe the Fanatic, or let's play game if you want to gamble that you'll get there on creatures, but it's getting a little bit close.
Yeah, end of pack 2.
Yeah.
This one might be okay. Right?
Yeah, that one's all right. It's not bad. We might want to take the Fanatic.
More
it's close.
4
I think the
drops?
math is fine. Like, I think going with your pick is totally fine. But realize, oh, nice. That's a nice pickup, the 4-drop here. Fanatic is actually card advantage. So when you have a lot of removal, oh, nice. Ooh, if the second rat wheels, that'd be sick. What? Dual land? Whoa.
No, we don't have enough creatures.
We're fine. We're fine.
Oh, yay!
Nice. That's really sick. That makes our deck like a lot better than it otherwise would have felt.
Ooh, okay. I like the idea of 2 stick twisters, but Gremlin is really good, and I only like the idea of like 2 stick twisters just because consistency in drafting is really nice.
Sure. Yeah, I agree with. I had exactly the same line of thinking. Like 2 stick twisters is great. Gremlin is very good. I think I might be more inclined to take the Gremlin here, but I'm not sure. Honestly, that's a really close pick. If you were going to take the stick twister, I think that's totally defensible too.
Well, I don't have that many delirium things, but it would help to have this for delirium because you get to like discard.
Yeah.
This one. Wait, this one?
How many sacrifice outlets do we have? Just the Final Vengeance and the Bargain and the 4-drop? We have 3? Because the Vengeful card, whatever it is maybe a reasonable pick up here. That one?
This one?
Oh, and the Mirth. Yeah, thank you, Flutter. So yeah, we have multiple sack outlets. I think I would rather take the Vengeful Procession here, especially given that the Rat, which another card we want for the deck, is likely to wheel, given the last pack.
Oh, this rat. Okay. My boy!
Yeah, I honestly would just take it here because we already have the black-green dual land, and if we happen to pick up like a little bit more fixing, then we might even be able to play that card, and we're not passing anything good to do so, so might as well. Or good in our colors, I should say.
Hi, Ben. Thanks for the raid. Oh my god, it's a big raid. I'm so nervous. Shake
All
my
right,
charm.
what are we thinking?
Thanks for the raid. There was like J. John, there's like over 200 people watching you now.
Exciting.
Oh, what the heck is this?
Yeah, it looks good to me. All right, what are you thinking?
I can't. Hold up.
Oh,
Ticket booth. Thanks, Ben.
Okay. Sure, ticket booth is fine.
Okay, what do you think, though, otherwise?
I think Infection we don't need another copy of. I think it's between Ticket Booth and Specialist. The only argument for Specialist is that it's another sack outlet for your Vengeful Procession. But I think Ticket Booth is kind of important for this deck, both because we don't have something to spend a lot of mana on, and because we can sacrifice it as well. Oh, nice. The Undead Sprinter is a really nice pickup
Yeah.
for what we're doing.
This is the first time I've actually gotten to draft it.
Ooh.
Keith?
Probably Teeth. Let's see. Yeah, Teeth seems fine to me. Looks good.
Murder goes over here. Over here. Very, very heavy on the 4-drops. This one?
Yeah.
Or this one?
Yep. I like the dual end better. Like just being able to cast our spells is pretty nice.
This one. Or spider.
Yes. Probably. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Yep. We just all the rats.
yeah. It's rats. Gay rats. This one. It's a sack
Yep.
thingy.
Yeah, we might actually play that card. Like normally it's not a great card, but in this deck with that many rats and a lot of enchantments lying around, that actually becomes a lot better.
There's someone with the name Mishra's Bauble. That's kind of cool.
That is cool.
Is that a spinning rat? Oh my god. Sorry.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a spinning. Why does everyone get a spinning rat but me? Okay. So I'll just break this down first and then like start taking out things. Why was this good again?
It's good because it's actually a pretty nice late game option when your deck has a lot of removal, which ours does.
Okay.
Because if you can keep removing their creatures and every turn you like put another creature under it, eventually you pay 6 mana and you just get like 6/1/1 flyers or whatever, or 4 of them or whatever it is. Usually with various like ETB effects or on death effects, which is just better than normal having a bunch of flyers. And so in decks like ours, where we don't necessarily have a lot of ways to push damage, like the Enduring Courage specifically is good at pushing damage, but otherwise we're not really good at it. Then it can be a good late game option for you. Also, by the way, it works really good with the Enduring Courage because if you drop like 4 creatures on the board and they all get +2/+0,
Oh
then your opponent
shit!
just dies. So that's kind of a nice side note.
Yeah, you're right. Hmm. What if... Wait. I think it might be worth keeping Brood Spinner in because of the Surveil. Um, I'm keeping all of these. Not this one.
Yeah, get out of here, clown.
Yeah, get out of here. I don't know about this one.
Okay.
And
I'm with you. I was thinking to cut it too, so get out of here.
Get. I have 26. Yeah. Okay. Hmm. Is this card advantage?
It is if the opponent discards 2 cards, right, and you paid 1, or you use 1 card, that's card advantage. So, yeah.
I don't know how well it plays in this deck, though. It just is there, right? Like,
I would be inclined to try it because 2 reasons. First of all, you have a lot of low power creatures like 3 rats, and even then they manifest into 2/2s, which means you have some lines where, like, let's say you attack your Rattan and they block the -1/-1. So if you get Delirium, then the -1/-1, along with discarding 2 cards, if you can get a card's worth of value for the -1/-1, is really good. Right. So there's some synergy there. Also, again, when you have a lot of removal, which you have a lot of removal, when that's the case, then playing things that have card advantage gets better because the games will go longer and card advantage will be much better at not costing you the game. Because, like, for example, the disadvantage of playing card advantage in a lot of decks, like Divination, things that just draw cards or generate card advantage, is that you spend tempo to do it, and a lot of times as a result you die while it's happening, right? You pay 3 or 4 mana and you draw some cards or make your opponent discard like a Mind Rot effect, and then you die. But if you have enough removal that you can just exhaust them of threats or make sure you only take a little bit of damage when you cast your card advantage, then that's one route to gaining advantage over a long game. So we might cut it. We'll see where other cuts are coming from, but at the very least, I think Let's Play a Game is something to consider here.
Okay. So I sort of want Killer's Mask because it helps us get Delirium with the Manifest. It's also in itself a creature. Okay. And then maybe not take the Murder because we already have so much cheap removal.
Can I ask you really quick? What do you want to get Delirium for specifically?
Um, where was it? Where'd it go? This one.
This one. Okay, so this is a nice one to get Delirium for, and that's a good reason. Now, how many cards in your deck reward you for having Delirium?
One. Two.
I would say two because you have the Let's Play the game also, but let's say two. The point I would make is that if you have only a couple cards, oh, is there three? Oh, we're gonna get to the Brood Spinner in a second, Flutter. Yeah, but so let's say two. So if you have two, then like if like you don't want to play cards that aren't good to enable a mechanic that is not going to be a large payoff for you.
You're
So
right.
if you had like five in your deck, then all of a sudden it becomes a lot more defensible.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you wanted to play the mask for other reasons, like let's say I want it because it costs 3 mana, I want it because my deck has trouble pushing damage and menace might be nice, those kinds of things, by all means, like, those are reasons to consider, but I don't think the delirium enabling is the major component there.
What if I put that mask on this thing?
Then they would have to double block it, and maybe it could be very good for you. So those are reasonable things to think about. In some scenarios, that might be good.
Okay.
Now, here, so okay, talk about the spider really quick though. I am not a fan of the spider splash, even though we have two black green lands, and the reason why is because of the amount of manifest dread that we have in our deck. Splashing when you have manifest dread gets very awkward sometimes because if you mill your green source or green sources off of the manifest dread, it makes it all that much harder to cast that card.
Oh my
Now,
god.
so that's something to consider about. We do have, again, multiple green sources, and we can afford to play a forest because we have a black-red duel. So that in this deck, it's a really close consideration. I would not fault you if you wanted to play the Brood Spinner, but it's definitely something you want to think about when you're splashing in cards that have Manifest Dread. So, like, I would say if you were going to play the Killer's Mask, which is another Manifest Dread card, along with the Ticket Booth as well, then I would kind of lean towards not playing the Brood Spinner. If you did want to play the Brood Spinner, or sorry, if you were going to cut the mask, then you can be a little more defensible in playing the Brood Spinner. But that is something you kind of want to think about a decent amount.
Okay.
So yeah, I would probably cut it. And then we still need what, one more cut?
Yeah.
All right. What are you thinking?
One of these over here. I think this one probably. Infernal Phantom is funny in the way that, like, I think is maybe flexible in that you can be more aggressive with it, or you can, like, just hold back and block with it because they're likely not going to want to, like, kill it so it pings or deals damage to anything, right?
I agree. Also, it works pretty nicely sometimes because you actually have a higher than average number of enchants, I think, in your deck. For like how a lot of red-black decks look, and you have the ability to sacrifice it, so you can actually push lethal damage with it sometimes too, right? Like imagine your turn goes like sporadic infection, pump it, attack with it, and then like sacrifice it to final vengeance or something, and then you just send like 4 damage face. Like those are routes you can take to win. So I like keeping the Phantom. I was thinking for the last cut maybe the Appendage Amalgam. That card is not like super good for us. And I think the 4-drop, the let's something or other, whatever it does. Yeah. Oh, to address chat really quick, Mark MTG, that you're correct that like milling doesn't change the likelihood of drawing any one particular card. You're still the probability is the same, but the down like the outcomes are not the same, right? Like if you're playing like a bomb and you mill it, it's like, okay, cool, yeah, that happens. But when you're playing with a splash, the fact that you have the opportunity to then blank an entire card in your deck changes the dynamic because it's not just about your likelihood to draw or not draw the card anymore. So it is definitely not as good to splash in decks where you have options to blank your entire color source. The fact that we have enough of them, I think, does mean you can make the argument that the splash is still viable, but it is incorrect to just say that you should, like, that milling has no impact on if you should splash. That's just not correct.
Yeah, it would be really sad if I mill all of this and this just sits in my hand forever.
Yeah, and now one way you can mitigate that, by the way, in some decks, um, is if you have ways to like rummage or loot. So, like for example, imagine you had the Fanatic of whatever thing, the 4 mana 2/2, which lets you discard a card and draw a card. Then it becomes a lot more reasonable. So there might be a version of the deck where you play all your green sources plus one forest, and you play the Fanatic because that gives you an out sometimes. If you do mill your green sources, you have some redundancy that you can then discard the Brood Spinner and still generate like get a card for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Uh, but but anywho, like in this particular case, I think you could go either way. If you wanted to play it, I wouldn't criticize you too much for it. I think it's like totally defensible. If you didn't want to play it, I mean, I think the deck looks reasonable as is.
Okay, so some thoughts.
Hmm.
So, Appendage Amalgam, I think I would want in there just because it's another 3 drop and I just like the curve a lot more than
Okay.
like having more 4. Oh, wait, hold up. Get in here.
Hmm.
More 4 drop cards.
Hmm.
But at the same time, I think that because we have all this removal, like you said,
Hmm.
it might be okay to have a little bit of an empty 3 drop thing, but I don't know how it would work out in terms of like how heavy this gets. Oops. You
Hmm.
know? Like,
Yeah. No, yeah, I think it's totally fine if you'd like to play the amalgam. Like that's defensible. Having an extra creature is rarely like a disaster. Um, I will say, as a general concept, that I think that like the more cheap removal that you have access to, the less you have to care about your curve as much. Because the advantage of a curve is that you can continually apply pressure. But all of our 2 drops, other than Undead Sprinter, they don't and Reverent Gremlin, they don't really apply pressure anyways. So curving out against our opponent is not likely how going to be how we win games.
hmm.
Um, but again, I think these last cuts are kind of fairly close. Like, I think it's totally fine to play the deck with the amalgam.
Okay. I need a break. My brain is melting. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get like water and go to the bathroom and stuff.
Okay, I will do the same then. I'll be
Okay,
back in
cool.
just a sec. Okay, I'm back. How's the chat's doing?
Hi. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, okay.
All right. Let's see if we can win games.
Yeah, let's see.
We'll see.
I'm excited. Cool.
Looks good. Hopefully they play an opportunistic scavenger on turn 1.
Wait, what?
And then we want them to play a scavenger on turn 1 so that we could sack it and kill it and draw 2 cards, but this is fine.
We wish, but
Probably just attack. Yeah. It sucks if we don't draw a red source.
Yeah.
But I think we want to hold the Mirth. I don't know. You could play it if you want. It's actually a really close spot, but like it's not sacking a creature here is not the most value we could get. And also remember that we do have the steal a creature effect in our deck, so we want to also be aware of using our sack outlets.
Okay, but what if I don't draw my red source next turn? And
Well, we can cast almost every other card in our deck, so the only really bad draws are swamps. Which, in fairness, if we draw a swamp, is pretty bad. But I think, given that the fear of what's this called?
Lost Teeth?
Lost Teeth. Yeah. So like now, if we draw a swamp, then we can. So now we can play the Disturbing Mirth, kill their 1/1, and draw cards, and at least we recoup some value from it. But we draw first in case we draw the tap land.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Oh no, it's not a tap land; it's a dual land, so it doesn't matter. But still, it's a good habit to draw first.
Do you think they would block?
I think it's super greedy to try and get one. If you do block, then you have to skip your turn. So I would not send, but if you're ballsy, you know.
Alright, cool.
Cool. Maybe they'll play like a 1/3 Vigilance Flyer, and then we can eat it for free with the fear of
Nah.
Nah.
They didn't do
They're
that.
just expansing.
You're sussy. You're real sussy.
So here you have kind of a decision to make. If you think they have a counter, you can just play pass the turn so that they can't use their mana and play Amalgam.
Yeah.
And if you think they don't have a counter, playing Enduring Courage puts you really far ahead, because then all your creatures come out just giant. So kind of up to you. What are your thoughts?
I think I'll think about the long game. So I'll pass a turn and put out the Amalgam.
Okay.
I hope you use your counter on this dude.
Mhm.
See? Huh? Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
I think they have a Glimmer Burst most likely here because they would have just countered this immediately if they had it.
Mm.
So really quick, just some Sanguine, there's like a quench or whatever, like 2 mana counter unless they pay 2. So I think probably just start with attacking.
Well, this has haste, so if I was gonna put it out, but I wasn't gonna attack because I get to surveil, but I'm not drawing anymore afterwards.
Yeah, I think we can be confident that they either don't have a counter or if they do, then we're going to be able to pressure now that we have a creature into play.
Oh, okay.
So, oh yeah, that's a great card.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can actually just play the Enduring Courage, and I think how this is going, like Glimmer Burst is their most likely holding, but if they counter it, they counter it. It's fine. And play your land. Ooh. All right, so barring them like wiping our board or something, I think we're looking pretty good.
Wow. You're right.
Oh, this fucking fuck.
That's cute. Can I put this on it? Can I? No, they already have this. Book. Hold up. Hold up. I think it would make for pretty awkward blocks if I put this in attack for both, and maybe... Wait, that would be... And I would have 2 left. And yeah, and then maybe I could use this on something. They might double block this or this. I don't know.
What do you think is the biggest priority for the turn?
Putting more creatures down.
Okay, I think the biggest priority is kill that Gremlin Tamer.
Oh, okay.
If you play the Fear of Being Hunted in attack, then you can do that, or you can Final Vengeance the Gremlin Tamer. Either one is fine. But I think that killing the Gremlin Tamer is the biggest priority. Oh, cool. Get her out of it too, and put a land in the yard. Looking good.
Okay.
Now, so you kind of have to decide what the plan is. I think. Oh, okay, we're good.
Sorry, I was running out of time.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're slow.
Get out of time. Get out of here. Well, they wouldn't double block that, would they? Oh my god.
They probably will. So I think we just ticket Booth here.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's your entire board, opponent.
And what I was gonna say is playing the Fear of Being Hunted is defensible there too, because you want to entice a double block. Man, we're getting good manifests. You want to entice the double block specifically because we have this infection, which is an edict effect. So now we get to kill their like 5-drop because they don't have any 1/1s left.
Do I flip it?
I actually wouldn't, because you push more damage by not flipping it, and you don't need it flipped next turn. So now we play the infection on our Enduring Courage, probably. So we can target them, and then they have to sacrifice their 2/7.
Wait, what?
So cast that on. On the Enduring Courage.
Okay, I see. Wow. Okay.
And then it targets them, and they have to sack their creature.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Then we play the Fear of Being Hunted, and then unless they have like split up or like some kind of wrath, then they dead. Because Fear of Being Hunted and Tunnel of Hate is a pretty brutal combo for them.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Oh, that's pretty dangerous. That was a really good draw. as sad as it is, we might just need to take a turn off to kill the scavenger. Because, well, I guess I only make one more body. Uh, yeah, because I think one of the ways we lose is they make enough tokens that we can't push through damage, and then they just win in the air because they put like a million counters on the
So we do kill
fear
it.
of whatever. So I think we might have to kill it, yeah, tragically, and just play like the Gremlin. It's like not the best use of our mana, but yeah, it is kind of problematic for us if that thing lives. So like, you know how like earlier we talked about the idea of like what's the most important thing on this turn?
Yeah.
Like that's usually a good way to think about it. The two things are you want to use your mana the most, and what's the most important priority that you want for that turn.
But
So like there,
hold up. But how do I know what's a priority? How can I
yeah,
assess a
yeah,
threat?
yeah, that's like learning to assess what threats are good and not, and that kind of stuff. Um, but yeah, that's kind of the hard part, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do I do that though?
Some of it is like experience, like and trying to think about things like how can I lose this game or what's my plan to win this game. That's usually where it starts, right? Because if you can identify the plan to win, or you can identify the plan to lose, or that your opponent can win, I guess, which would result in you losing rather, then that informs what is important for you during, in that game.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
I need more creatures or I need more removal.
We're still winning right now, like because they're so behind on life.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're probably doing it's pretty good. I think now would be a good turn though to just flip over or to use the door, because then we have good attacks. And the undead sprinter has trample, so it's going to be really good next turn. And I think we send with both 2/2s and give double strike to the 4/4. So this is interesting. On one hand, it feels like we're giving up value because we trade off our rat without it manifest dreading. But the thing we really care about is because they get chump blocks. The more creatures that we allow them to keep. So we're willing to trade off our 2/2 and give up a little bit of value there, just to clear the board more because it makes our attacks better on future turns.
Okay. Don't worry, Gremlin, you're still cute even if you can't scream.
Still cute.
Still cute.
Oh, Piranha Fly, that ain't it.
Yeah, I'm like, that's good for us, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Wow. Okay, that's really good for us. Oh wait, we have probably well, no, we don't have lethal, but we're fine. So we play the land, and we play the undead sprinter, and we send with our guys.
if I make this double strike, it would
They're almost for
3.
assuredly, because the undead sprinter has trample, they're almost guaranteed to block the face down one anyways.
So I put it on here, right? A double strike?
So you put the double strike on the trampler. Exactly. And we are not flipping over the 2/2 because we don't want to let them know that we have a big creature.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if randomly they have like kill all 3 or bigger creatures or whatever, then we'd run dodge that, even though it's a rare.
Yeah. have a lot of card draw.
You do have a lot of cards. So right now, we're not like guaranteed to win by any means, but things are looking not so bad for us. The Fear of the Being Hunted is going to untap, and we have a lot of good draws in our deck because we have so much removal. So I don't think they can attack, probably, but we'll see what they do for their turn.
Probability of drawing a land is still pretty high.
That's okay. Like I said, the thing is that we have good attacks, and that's really what matters here. Oh, they're sending. Okay. So we want to flip the face down guy now, just to use our mana.
Because he attacks better as a 4/4, right?
Yeah. I mean, if they don't have anything, we have lethal, but they probably have put a card on top.
I think putting a double strike on this is okay, right? No, wait. Yeah.
I think we want to put the double strike on the Fear of Being Hunted, probably.
Yeah.
And then send with everything is my guess. Because, okay, they could have used their mana to put counters on things and they chose not to, right? Which means they have something. It's either probably a Glimmer Burst or it's Vanish, whatever that card is. So I think we put the double strike on the Fear and we send with the 4/4 and the 4/2 and the 2/2. Because we actually want if they block the 2/2, for example, like they bounce the Fear of Being Hunted and they like block the Ripper and then eat the 2/2, that's fine because it comes back as a 3/3 trample, which is even better for us.
Yeah.
But we are getting like small close to being dead, so we want to be kind of careful, but we're not quite dead, so it's getting really close.
Yeah.
They have the Vanish. Fortunately, by putting it here, they bounce our Haster, so we can guarantee that it comes down and can attack next turn. So I think leaving it on top makes sense.
Okay.
It's definitely better than average. Now they have to block the 4/4, and they either take 2 damage or they let us grow the Sprinter now, which, again, both good outcomes. Yep. Play the... Oh, I forgot that we can't play the Sprinter this turn. I done fucked up, I'm sorry.
Well,
but
it's...
either way, we're still okay. I think we might be dead. If they have a creature, we're dead. But I still think it's correct to put on top because it makes them have a creature.
It makes them have a creature?
Because if they don't have a creature, they can't send with both flyers.
Oh, okay.
Right. Whereas if we just take like a random draw, even if it's like removal, we're still not winning that game.
Oh, fuck. All right. GG.
We're just dead straight up, but that's going to happen. I think we played that mostly good. There were a couple decisions we could have made different. Like the first turn we attacked with the Amalgam, I think. But they ended up having it. We didn't get like excessively flooded or anything. You just lose sometimes.
I attacked.
Because the first turn we attacked with the Amalgam, we could have played the Fear of
Being Hunted?
Fear of Being Hunted that same turn. And then they double block. And then we would have gotten in an extra 3 damage because they probably blocked the Fear of Being Hunted. And we would have gotten extra Surveils from the Amalgam probably on future turns.
Oh, okay.
Also, like, it would have given us an opportunity to maybe play the Tunnel of whatever it is later on a turn where they didn't expect it. And that can open up like some good things. Like, for example, they killed the Menace creature because they knew that it could double strike. But yeah, putting double strike on the Sprinter was good. Maybe, yeah. But so if we put double strike on the Sprinter, then we don't have a good attack with the 4/2, right? Because the 4/2 would just be a chump attack. And then they would bounce the Sprinter. And then I guess then they would have to block with the 3/4. So okay, then they trade with the Sprinter. Okay, no, I can get on board with that. No, yeah. Some Farquaad, I think that may have been just the correct play. That's a good point. I forgot that nothing was dying when they blocked the 4/4, so I fucked up for sure. Um, yeah, so let's say we put the double strike on the sprinter. They have to block it or bounce it. Let's say, well, okay, then if we send everything, then they have to block or they can bounce the 4/2, block and block, and then we get a trade for sure. No, yeah, I'm on board with that. I agree with you. So yeah, we should have double strike the sprinter.
The last turn?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Provided that we put them on the vanish, which we did.
Mm. Hold up. Replay.
Yeah, I agree, Farquaad. I think when they untap and cast the ethereal armor, plus the counters, it probably doesn't matter. But yeah.
Again!
Hmm.
Thanks for being here, by the way, Jayon.
Yeah, I might have to take off here in a little bit.
Okay.
But I have enjoyed this.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, they're almost diamond.
No fear.
Let's ruin their day.
Mm-hmm.
D-rank them back to like, wow, 3.
Down to bronze, I hear you.
Wait, who's going first? And how do I know that?
We're going first.
Ooh!
I think we want the rat because if the game goes long, the stick twister is going to be pretty good against the red decks.
Would you
And we're
trade?
willing to, yeah, I would take this trade if they offer it.
Would you still? Okay.
Yes, 100%. Yeah. And yeah, probably just pass here, use our mana most efficient.
I'd block this one, right? If they attack with it. Block it with this? Or not?
That's a good question. We'll see what they do. Okay. I think I would flash it in and then block both 1/1s. If they have the what's that card called?
Turn inside out?
Turn 9 side out, yeah, then that's good for them, but it isn't like backbreaking. And if they don't have it, it's quite a good block for us. Also, you know, like the mana thing we talked about, where like it can make their turns awkward if you, you know, when their percussionist dies.
Oh.
That means it's good to kill 2 percussionists in the same turn too, because then if they can only cast one of the cards, like let's say they hit 2 like 3 drops or something, then they don't get full value out of it. So I think this is a good play.
Yeah, you're right.
Right. So this is pretty common. And realize that like if we just take extra damage too, then turn outside out can go face later anyways. So like I think it's a good consideration to just like prevent the damage. And we have good blockers. The Infernal Phantom will block very well.
Ooh,
that's a good draw. Ooh.
I would be like, oh man, they got so much stuff out of this, but I'm like, yeah, they also like might not be able to play it.
Yeah, fortunately they hit very well there, but it's okay.
What is this? Oh. I'm inclined. What does this do? I mean, maybe?
No, we can't use that here. That like because it doesn't advance the board at all.
But it might get me a land.
That's like a very bad use. That's like throwing away a card though for a maybe get a land, and you can't even use that land this turn.
Okay. I think I'll
So
just put down the rat then. I
yeah,
could hold
the
this
rat's
up,
fine.
but I don't.
I think I would be inclined to use the murder myself,
Yeah.
just because it uses our mana best, and we have like if we use the murder this turn, let's say we draw land and we want to play two creatures, we can Stick Twister and Rat. Um, or we can just play the Phantom. And the Rat doesn't actually contribute to our blocks here.
Oh, you're right.
So now in 2 turns the Rat does contribute because the Rat is a good blocker on the split skin thing. But even knowing that they're gonna so Sam Shot, even knowing that they're playing 2 drops, I think against white red in this format, it's usually a high, especially when we can afford to be more of a grindy deck. It's my opinion that it's more important to use your mana well and not fall behind than it is to have the optimal target for murder, especially given that we have a handful of sacrifice outlets in our deck with the threaten effect, and we have a lot of removal in our deck in total. So I think all of those things considered, I would be more inclined to prioritize the mana efficiency, especially given that we don't have lands. I'd even be willing to kill the like Fear of Surveillance, or to kill the Manifest Dread. But I think this is still like okay.
I'm not gonna block.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I would be inclined to block here. Only because like we don't have a second red source. Oh, I was thinking trade off the 2/2, but okay, we can. That's fine. Like just to get another 2/2, sure. But like, I guess my thought is like you're gonna want to block the Slitskin Doll anyways at some point, and the Rat is the best blocker for that. We don't have a red source, and even if we do, paying 4 mana to flip up a creature that's already on board makes us way more susceptible to any interaction they have, because then we fall really far behind.
I
So
think
I
they
don't
have
think,
jump
given
scare.
yeah, this is sort of where I would lean towards. Also, I think this gives us Delirium too, for whatever it's worth, because there's no enchant in the yard right now, right?
There
So
is.
that's another. Oh, there is. I take it back. Yes, Farquaad. Obviously, 3/3 blocks a 2/1 better, but like, it costs you 4 mana. So if you do that, and let's say they have a like even just like a turn inside out, then your 2/1 trades with our 3/3, and then like we are in a significantly worse spot. Or if they have a what's it called? The enchantment, the door thing, turn something door or something. It exiles and then is then they have good attacks with their 2/2s again, and we can be falling behind. We're not guaranteed to draw the red source. Like we happen to draw, but we don't even know if we are. So like just saving it and taking damage and giving them surveils every turn, it is I think not worth it. If I knew a mountain was on top, then yes, I would not take that block. There's no value from the enchant though, right? Like it's not actually value. It's like it it does add benefit to your game plan, but it's not like you're drawing a card from it. Wait, do we have an instant in the yard, by the way?
Nope.
Okay, just curious, because that will influence if we want to murder something. Maybe at a certain point, it's just good to know. Maybe they'll cast like, whoa, this is a pretty suspicious attack, so we might get value on our murder here, which is kind of sick. I think I just like taking the obvious blocks, like rat on the 2/1 and 2/3 on their 2/2 on the fear. Yeah, and maybe they'll go for something and we get a blowout with a murder.
Yeah.
If they have two somethings, that's worse. But uh, yeah, so we can just murder that right now. If they have the thing that gives it +1/+1 in hexproof, then even when the phantom dies, we still get to kill the gremlin. So like that's all pretty good.
Oh, that's true. What?
We win.
That was so unnecessary.
It was the moral victory.
What? I don't understand people like this, but okay. Okay, are you down for another one, or did you have to go?
I'll do one more. I'll stick around for one more game.
Okay. Let's go. They were just intimidated. I'm so scary. Look at me. I'm 120 pounds.
They're probably 119, so
They're probably 119. I Sam shot. Enjoy from bed. In your comfy spots. Just cast murder on opponent. Interesting. Unless what is this? Okay. That's cool.
Yep.
I can still use this.
Yep.
Boop, boop, boop.
Sound effects too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm down to twist some sticks. You know what would be sick though is if they play the 2-mana 0/4 thing that taps for mana and you just get to eat it with your fear of being hunted. Dang.
Yeah, but not with this, huh?
No.
Oh, can I enchant
Honestly,
something?
I was gonna say I might even trade the fear of being hunted for their 2/2 and get 2 lifelink hit in. Because I think black-green doesn't have ways to make like a lot of tokens like blue-eye does. So the sporogenic infection probably can get their 3 or 4 drop still.
Wait, if I had put down a swamp instead, would sporogenic infection and then put down a tooth be okay?
It would be okay, but I think it's better to hold the infection probably. Because the fear of being hunted, it's not like we have most valuable Slayer in our deck that we're going to combo with it or in our hand or whatever. So they're going to be able to block it eventually anyways. And this way we also save the infection to be more mana efficient for the following turn. Oh, I wouldn't do that yet. Wait until the end of their turn, because if they have the 3-mana card that gets a card back from the graveyard, then that thing. Oh, I guess it doesn't target. So okay, maybe now. Anyway, yeah, maybe you just want to do it now, anyways. I forgot if that card targeted or not. But at least now maybe they'll miss. Who knows?
Oh, heck.
That was a weird one to get back.
Wait, now?
I honestly might just pass the turn.
Can I put this down?
Mm.
Why not?
The idea would be that you could pass the Betrayer's Bargain if you don't, but I think putting it down is better because you don't need to pass Betrayer's Bargain. And if they play like a 4-drop or something, no. Actually, wait. Don't play that. Just pass the turn. Because they have a 1-mana 1/1 in their hand, which you can get benefit from the fear when you sack it.
Oh.
Right. So actually not giving them the information that you have a ping to generate value is probably worthwhile. Right. So now if they do this, then you can get kind of the best of all the worlds. And then you exile their thing to keep them off delirium.
Attack me. I will not block. Okay. Okay. So I can put this down, and then I use Bataria's Bargain on this, and then ping this thing.
This is actually... Okay, you could get fancy here if you like. The fancy play is to put the infection on the survivor and hope that they sack... Actually, no, this is fine. Yeah, this is totally... Just put the infection on the survivor to start. It doesn't matter which one they sack, I guess. Target them. Because the idea here is that we want to exile not the survivor, because then we get to steal the survivor with the ghost vacuum. That's what I was getting at. So then you play the Fear of Lost Teeth. And honestly, you could probably just pass the turn, to be honest. Because they don't have anything to do and we can respond to instant speed.
How do you know they don't have anything to do?
No, I mean, they don't have any attacks.
Oh, okay.
We're not going to be forced to play the Betrayer's Bargain, and we have an advantage of waiting. Right, so now, for example, when you kill it, now that we got an extra card from it. So we're going to play the Betrayer's Bargain, sacking the 1/1, exiling their 1/1, and then pinging their 3/2.
What?
What?
So I'm gonna exile this thing.
Get their 1/1, the 1/1.
Okay.
1/1. Yep. And then sack your 1/1.
This is too fancy.
And then you ping their 3/2.
Yes.
And then it dies, and then your guy lives.
Oh yeah, because they can't. Okay.
The reason we did it this way is because now their 3/2 did not get exiled, so we can steal it with the ghost thing. Which, well, yeah, okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, just do it. Right, and so now when we make a flying copy of that, we can just keep churning out manifests over and over again,
Fine.
Which is good for us.
Oh, that's disgusting. That would have been bad if they were able to, like, break down the door.
Yeah, that'd be not ideal, but so far we're doing good. Oh, can you check our yard? We might... Oh, never mind. We should have gotten one of our creatures back, because they're not very close to Delirium, and if we drew a land, we'd want to proc, like, to turn on the vacuum this turn, and
yeah.
we missed getting, like, an extra creature. But we're still fine. We just send everything, play the Gremlin, and next turn, if they don't have anything in their yard relevant, then we'll just get one of our creatures that time.
Okay. Another one? DJ Khaled.
Then we use the ghost, yeah. So our graveyard this time, probably the Fear of Lost Teeth instead. Because we don't care about hasting for 1 as much in the air as we do about creating a blocker for this Defiant Survivor.
They do not get haste. Cool.
Actually, wait, we don't play the land? I think maybe we can just attack with all 3 here. Because if they block, then we don't need to Ghost Vacuum yet. That might be a little greedy.
Yeah, I'm like, dude!
We have the land for Ghost Vacuum. And if they... Yeah, right. So that, and then we could just get maybe another. Let's see if.
Dude, if they have
it right now,
if they have artifact removal.
Yeah. So how many creatures are underneath it right now is the question.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you can just make it. It's probably fine. That's probably totally fine. And so, you know how, this is a good demonstration of, like, when you asked, like, okay, so what is a Ghost Vacuum doing? This is the idea, right? Because you had removal for all their creatures, and the game went long, and now you have a giant board that they don't have an answer.
Oh. Man. Okay. That was cool. I do not play at this level! I want to play at this level! Thanks for helping me though. I have a lot to look at.
For sure. Um, oh yeah, Samsha. Also, there's one other thing to consider there too is the what's that card? The one that we have in our deck. It gives -1/-1 to everything is a good answer to the Ghost Vacuum. But like that's gonna get us pretty much anyways, no matter what. Um, so yeah, I don't think that one really matters too much. But yeah. Anywho, um, all right. Good luck with the rest of your draft. I hope things went well. And then if you have like more questions, feel free to just like, let me know the normals. And
Thanks.
I'm gonna take off and go
Okay.
eat food.
All right. Enjoy your food. Thank you so much for all of that. That was very interesting. Yeah, there was just a lot going on there. So, again, thank you. Thank you so much.
All right.
I appreciate
Cool,
it.
cool. See
Take
ya.
care.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. Uh, that is so much. Hold on, I just need to sit here and just like marinate a little bit on it. So just join me on that. Oh, out of that fancy plane was because of Ghost Vacuum. I don't think there was anything particularly greedy about that play. I think it just like optimized for everything, which I guess it's like the difference between us. Yeah, he's a great communicator, Cam Wacky. Um, because I think the mindset that I've been having when I'm playing is to because I would think about value too much sometimes when there's like valuable things, and then I would just like dirtle around trying to like maximize on the value, but we usually die before I even get to that fancy combo that I wanted. So then I started steering away from doing that type of stuff into just like what is the most pragmatic thing right now. And I think that's actually got me very far on top of like being a little bit braver. Um but now we have to go back to like maybe we meet a halfway point now where we start considering both value and pragmatism. That's all the things you missed out. Oh, I should stop yelling. I'm recording this too. Anyways, okay. No, you missed it. Sorry, I didn't mean to say you messed up. I said you missed it. Or meant to say you missed it. I did say you messed up. I'm gonna go back and look at it then. Yeah, pretty fun looking, huh? Okay, I also need to put on music for y'all. Hey, Wacky, do you have anything, do you have any recommendations that's not, that's a little bit more stream friendly than the intense stuff that you listen to? If you're still here. Nah, Captain Wacky's gone. Right. Go back home. Wait. Oops. This is terrible. Oh, dear Lord, come on. I guess I just, like, have to hope that I draw. I wonder which one would be better to keep. Probably this one? No. Yeah, that would be better to keep. I think. And I'm just keeping this because if I don't draw black source, at least I get to play this and then discard a card and then draw another one. That's my thought process. Yes! Chat, did you learn? Did you do any learning, chat? Yeah, I think they really want to get fly into this thing because that'd be really strong for them. Oh, they also had this. So that's why they wouldn't block. Makes sense. Ooh. We're one away from doing some spicy things. Um, Wait. Oh, it's because it died last turn, right? This thing, this turn. Okay, cool. Yes, cool. I'm glad you learned. Oh! Rude. Okay. All right. Not really much else for me to do. I think we just hold back and hope that Fear Lost Teeth can hit 2 things at once. Or kill 2 things. Oh, I love this. I would have maybe tried to use a better card on that. But use a card better. Use the card on a better card, on a better creature. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. This is interesting.